Hey, what's going on? You know who it is. You know what it is. All right, you guys, peep game. All right, man. Shout out to the homie Blue Blood Sports TV. Subscribe to his channel, please. Blue Blood Sports TV. That's the homie out of the NYC. But Blue Blood basically reported that there is some big time friction going on between Kell Brook and Eddie Hearn. Keep in mind, your boy Tail Biz was one of the first to report that Kell Brook and his daddy negotiated the fight with Terrence Bud Crawford, which to me is a G move. Keep in mind, Kell Brook will receive $2 million and some change. Now, I thought this fight was going to be on pay-per-view overseas where Kell Brook would make some additional money, but it appears that $2 million is pretty much what Kell Brook is going to get, because Eddie Hearn has seemed to have blocked the viewership in the UK, because I also reported that Kell Brook and Eddie Hearn have split, and basically Kell Brook has came out and allegedly said, hey, I saved Matchroom from going belly up by taking a fight with Triple G, in a fight which a lot of people was like, why is Kell Brook taking this fight? Now, we all know the end result. Kell Brook was stopped, but he managed to expose some kinks in Triple G's armor, which I knew already existed. You know, up until the stoppage, Kell Brook did very well against Triple G. But nevertheless, he suffered an eye injury due to Triple G. And, you know, he went on to lose that fight. Then he went back down. He lost to Errol Spence. He lost his IBF title to Errol Spence. But he is claiming that he kept Matchroom afloat by taking that fight. And he basically, you know, took some serious damage in that fight due to basically helping Eddie Hearn out. And he basically feel like Eddie Hearn is trying to screw him. You know, I'll talk about this on a live stream. At the end of the day, this doesn't surprise me with Eddie Hearn. This sounds exactly like Eddie Hearn. You know, keep in mind, Eddie Hearn allegedly screwed over Al Heyman with, you know, Kell Brook and Sean Porter, and basically Anthony Joshua and Charles Martin. I already have told you, I've reported this story several occasions, so, you know, basically go find the earlier videos where I talked about this. But this is one of the reasons why Al Heyman is very hesitant to work with outside promoters, because he feels like they have put the screws to him. He feels like Bob Arum has put the screws to him before, along with Eddie Hearn and, to a certain degree, Oscar De La Hoya. So this is why you have the situation that's going on with PBC, where they basically try to make primarily in-house fights. You know, do I give Al Heyman a pass for continually doing that? No, because I don't think that's right. I think the best need to be fighting the best, or the best possible fight should be made. And a lot of people are overlooking this with Al Heyman and giving him a complete pass. And we all know why that is. But nevertheless, you know, right is right, wrong is wrong. You know, like I said, I just want to get the best fights that could be possibly made, and it's just too many hurdles, too many politics going on, to where you just can't get the best fights made, because you got to hear this stuff about let it marinate and all this kind of stuff. It need to be on this network, where actually any fight could basically be made, because there's always fine prints, there's guidelines, there's stuff you can write in the contract. I told you, these pay-per-view fights and these, you know, that go through networks, and then an app where you can watch sporting events, they can do joint ventures where both, you know, parties can profit, or at least, you know, make these fights come together. It's already been basically said that it can be done. They just don't want to do it, you know. So, I mean, it is what it is. This doesn't surprise me with Eddie Hearn, because, well, what can I say? This sounds exactly like Eddie Hearn. So that's unfortunate for Kell Brook. You know, Kell Brook could be a very dangerous fighter going into that fight with Bud, because now he has nothing to lose. He's angry. So I hope Bud is properly prepared for this fight. You know, there are some people that's picking Kell Brook to score an upset. There's a difference between picking Kell Brook to win than hoping that Kell Brook wins. Because at the end of the day, once again, you got the PBC apologists and the nut huggers that's praying that Bud loses because they don't want a certain fight to take place, because at the end of the day, they don't believe in, you know, the guy I talked about earlier today like they pretend to. Because otherwise, they would be hoping that Bud wins this fight. So, you already know what's up with these dudes. So, I'm just, you know, keeping it 100. Just keeping it a hundo. Anyway, let me know what you think. This is your boy Town Biz. I'm out.